Hi, hi, hi. I'm Mr. Tackpans and I only do numbers. Just got this paper in from the bank. They're giving out insurance. Okay? Really cheap. But you know what? For me, it's an information network. It's all in French. I like to read some of the small print that I can barely read in English so I can think at the same time. And we come down to a line where it says, at the beginning, it says, we don't care if you smoke or you don't smoke. And then when you get to the formula to fill it out, it says smoker or non-smoker. And then it explains to you, if you are a smoker, it means tobacco, marijuana, hashish, nicotine, or any substitute in the last 12 months. So really what they're doing is an inventory to know what we do, because there's an implication in Matrix on every movement everybody makes. It's a number thing. Now, I know I only have 350 viewers, in which I get approximately 2,000 views a month, in which 35% of those views are, oh, sorry, I didn't know it was your channel. Another 50% of those views are, oh, I watched you for a minute and that was long enough, I didn't understand. 25% of those were actually bored, and 25% of the rest of the people that were left over are still confused but are continuing because they found the righteousness in what I do, in what we do, and that's in thinking. And at the end of it all, they send this to me, and then they ask if you want to pay, they make it personalized to who I am, and then they ask if you want to pay with MasterCard or Visa. Well, if they made it personalized, they know I don't have MasterCard or Visa, otherwise I'd be with the same bank that is referring this. If I did have MasterCard and Visa, I probably would have taken out the insurance with them. But again, more paper in the mailbox. 80,000 residents in my city. Multiply this by 80,000 because everybody has a bank account. 80,000, put it this way. This is 80 pages, okay? 40 single pages. This is 5 single pages, okay? This will take 8 times. For every 8 residents, I get this, okay? For every 8 residents, I get this. For every 80 residents, I get this. For every 800 residents, I get this. And for the whole town, I fill my apartment that 3/4 or 90% of this will end up at the dump. But if it doesn't end up at the dump, it's okay, because they're going to take every single one of these pieces of paper and put it online. So they're going to need to have more memory, throwing out the old memory that can no longer hold the low-class memory. And then they're going to have to bring it over to the printer and reprint it when you come in to sign it again, because obviously if you sign it the first time, sometimes and most times you sign it the second time, and they also photocopy most of their stuff that they sign in, because you need a photocopy for yourself. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, the anomaly of life, just trying to understand it for myself. And as I try to understand, I share it in case you hear me ask a question that you've never heard before, and say something to me of what you didn't hear, of maybe of what I didn't hear before. Therefore, if you know what U4 and I got my U4, we got euphoria together. The last but not all least is 1 for 1, is 1 for all, and all for one. Let's take it that all for one, and all in all is Allah. How about all equaling to the value all, meaning the circle or 0 are going hello, hello? It would be 1 for 0, 0 for 1. 11 times 11 times 11 times 11 equals 14,641. Knowing that 0, with the arrow going through it, makes it 6. That's why the 6 ends up, right? Because the arrow is whoop and all the way up. Makes that whooping swoop, and the 0 looks like a 6. Because when you draw it on flat paper, you can't make a big design out of it, because otherwise we'd have to be artists before doing anything else to have to do with learning. So anyway, 0 equals 6, so 1 for 1. 1 for 0, 0 for 1 is actually 1 for 6, because the 2 zeros come together, they connect them in a loop. And the loop, they connect the 2 zeros and creates a 0 in itself to create that loop. So you have 0, 0, 0 because of the linking loop. Unless 2 of the zeros opened up, but then they'd break their own house. You have to go through the hole in the center of the 0 in order to link the loops. So 1 for 0 would be 1 for 6. For 1, 1 and 4 together. I've seen 1 and 4 together. Have you seen 1 and 4 together? 1 and 4 together is 1/4. 2 and 5 is 7. 1 and 4 is 5. 7 and 5 is E and G. George, the golden George. 10, 17, 5, 4, 9, 26, Venus. 1 inside 4. 1 is the only multiplier. 2 will cut everything in half. 5 will cut everything in half. 1 will leave everything the same. 4 will break it into quarters. 5 and 4 is the son of father, 2 and 1. 21, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 added. 1, 4 equals to a quarter. The 0 equals 6 equals to this number over here. 1 quarter of 6 of 1 quarter. 1 for all and all for 1. The Mayan count. It's a storybook, my friends. We're in a storybook world. The Mayans existing in this world, in the prior world, in the other world, from a Bible that was updated and renoted and made. And they took the earth and they scraped from the sky and they said, look, the sun, she's shining, it's raining, it's melting, and it's moving through the star system, held up in the skies because it's frozen in hell. Raphael 72:86 in a constellation of Pegasus. May you eat well on this day. Thank you for watching.